computer. And then,
Oh, do I gotta hit okay? Okay, there we go.
we're gonna go, okay, everyone can see this. Let's go live. It's preparing. And I'm gonna make sure to save it or share it to my group. And it will be open, so you'll be able to share it as well.
Okay.
There we go. We are live. Awesome.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna share this to my group. Okay. I think yes. Okay, perfect. All right. Well, welcome everyone. Welcome. My name's Catherine Brown. For those who are joining us and may not know who I am yet, my name is Catherine Brown and I live in Vancouver, British Columbia. And I and I support people in taking back their health. And that's one of the main reasons why I do what I do. And I give people the tools and the mindset and help them with their mindset and their leadership to really take back their health. And I'm joined today with Melissa. And Melissa, you're from Saskatchewan, right?
I am,
Yeah, so
yes.
two fellow Canadians. And tell the audience a little bit about yourself.
Absolutely. Hi, everybody. So my name is Melissa Marsden. I'm a naturopath and I do bioresonance health scanning. So my whole mission and passion is to help people understand that the body is able to self-heal, that we really have this incredible technology within ourselves that literally can help us to restore and redeem our bodies. So I'm super excited about, I get passionate about whole foods, about all of the ways that we can naturally heal our bodies. So I'm really excited to join up with Catherine and talk about the dangers of the industry. So we were sharing with each other a bit ago. We had a nice phone conversation and we got talking about the dangers of kind of the supplement industry, not just the health and wellness industry, and how we've kind of come away from natural healing and now there's almost this pivot that's almost dangerous. So we wanted to talk about our heart regarding that and kind of bring some education maybe and offer our perspective. So we're really excited. I think we're going to do this every week, aren't we? That's our plan.
Yeah, a
So
weekly call, and if there's certain topics that you guys are interested in learning about, let us know. Send us a comment below. Yeah, let us know if there's anything that you're interested in, and also ask questions in the comments. And if you're tuning in after you see this, just type in where you're tuning in from, and let us get to know you, who you are, and what you're up to, and if you're passionate about stuff like this, if you're passionate about health and wellness and really taking back your health and doing it in a way that's actually supporting the body in a sustainable way, because there's a lot of things that are not sustainable. They feel good and look good on the outside, but what they're doing on the inside of the body is another story, and it doesn't show up till later. So that's the reason why we're here today. So I'm really grateful to be connected with you, Melissa, because I know you have a lot of knowledge, and what you're up to is kind of goes hand in hand with what I'm up to, right? So yeah.
absolutely, I love it. So we should let's talk about kind of how we got started. So what led you into this space? What drew you to the holistic approach to healing?
Well, I've always been kind of aware of like our bodies and what it can do. Like as a young child, I remember my parents trying to give me t like kids Tylenol and I would like just spit it out. And even like as a teenager, like when you're at school, a lot of colds and flus and stuff go around. Strep throat was a big thing when I was in high school, and I was given antibiotics. And I've been given four different kinds of antibiotics up until the time I was 24. Four times I've been given them, and each of them, after one dose, I had a reaction. And I believe it was my body saying, don't worry, I got you. Let's get this out of you so I can handle you. And so I've never actually had a full dose of antibiotics in my life. And I was always like growing up, we always had healthy food in the house. The only time we had like pop and chips is when my parents maybe had a party or had people over. But we always grew up with really healthy whole food. And even like when I left home at 20, I still ate really healthy. And it wasn't until November 2020 when things really kind of took a turn because I was working for the federal government of Canada, and for 13 years of my 20-year career, they bullied, harassed, and discriminated against me. So my mental health was being broken down a little bit, chiseled at a time because of all of this. And in 2020, it just got to a point where I was just like done. I was going to end my life. I had thought about my life. I was not married. I didn't have kids. I didn't feel like I was contributing to society. I didn't know what a purpose or a vision was. So I felt like my life was literally like a groundhog day. Like I was living the same thing over and over again. And it got to a point where in November 2020, I was going to end my life. And in that moment, I cried out to God and I said, God, if this is my life, I don't want it. If you don't take it, I will. And that's how I thought it worked. Like, because I wasn't raised in a house with God, but I was always reaching for him, but I never was like, had that relationship. And so when I said that, I also said in the same breath, I said, but if this is my life, please take over because I clearly have no idea what I'm doing. And in that moment of surrender, God took over. Like I heard God my whole life, like every relationship that I was in, I heard him say, "Don't do it," but I wasn't listening. I thought I was rebelling against myself. And so now I'm listening. And he led me in January of 2021, he led me to Purium, which is whole food nutrition in supplement form, but it is actual whole food. So it's as soon as you add water, it's like you picked it yourself. So unless you're growing your own food, this is like the next best thing. And so I had seen Purium, my colleagues. I used to see them all the time for like a few years. I'd watch them, but I didn't see it. I didn't see it for what it was. And then finally, God opened my eyes to it. And I was like, okay, I get to take back my health. My mental health went down. I get to take back my health, right? So I started taking in this nutrition, and I've been taking it in every day for the last 4 years. So it really led me on a path. And then I was led to a leadership program, and God really led me powerfully to really start standing because taking back your health is not just nutrition, it's also mindset, it's how we show up in the world. So he gave me the tools to really take back my health powerfully. So now I can stand for others to show them that there's other ways to show up in the world and no, like, 'cause I mean, I lived in my victim way of being. I lived in that story for so long. And then I finally realized that God was building me up for such a time as this. Like he already had a plan. Like he knew what the world was going to be like at this moment. And with all the things that I've been through, I now can show up and people can now hear the message that God has through me and really hear and have it land for them.
That's powerful. Amazing. I
And
had
what
a
about you? I would love to
so
hear.
yeah, so my story is kind of crazy, but so when I was very young in the Lord, so I got saved. I met Jesus too, but I met him. I was pregnant with my oldest daughter, so I was in a bit of a relationship that was not wise, and I was actually walked away from the Lord for a long time, and my pregnancy brought me back, and so I remember crying out to God, saying, if you save me from this relationship and help me, I will serve you. So my journey started with my pregnancy with my oldest daughter, and very early in my walk, God started talking to me a lot about sound, about light, about color, about vibration and frequency. And he was really, really teaching me a lot around the fact that sound could heal us. And in the Christian world, it is not very much embraced. And it's not looked at as, maybe so much of a Christian mindset. And so there's a lot of persecution for me and a lot of I didn't know how to embrace it because I knew the Lord was teaching me it, but I didn't know when I would try to bring it up, people were just like, no, that's not God. Stay away from it. So for a long time, I kept it really hidden and there was just so much. And anyways, I ended up getting sick. So I lost a set of twins. It was very traumatic. And in my loss, I ended up with some blood clotting in my brain and my spine. And from the blood clotting, I was on this journey to heal myself. And I mean, just the doctors were not helping, right? They had me on blood thinners and the medical system was just not, I knew it wasn't the right answer. And so I went digging deep. And I dug into the word of God. And so I actually started to get all of this revelation and understanding through scripture about how our body and our organs held on to trauma. And it was so fascinating how he began to teach me about this and how a lot of the things we go through physically are actually emotional trauma stuck in our organs, right? And I had never had any teaching of this or any understanding, but it was just through the book of Psalms, through the book of Ezekiel. He actually took me through the whole word of God, and that was all he began. It was like the Bible had become a science book to me. And so for like 4 or 5 years, I was studying science, but I was studying scripture. That was literally my life. And my husband was on the same journey. I mean, God had been teaching him about a lot of stuff for years, and now it had made sense to me. And so he literally started to show me about DNA and frequency and sound, and I was getting all these scriptures, and I was getting, Ezekiel's encounter with the wheel within the wheel. That actually translates. So we have this idea of chakras in the New Age community that actually translates into wheel within a wheel. So there was all of this amazing encounter that I started having and understanding. So I started to really, really study it out. I started to pay attention to my organs, and I started to really use a lot of understanding around cleansing the trauma out of my organs to heal my body. And so from that journey, not only did I get physically healed, I got emotionally healed. And so then from there, I knew that I needed to do this. I needed to heal the world. This was my mission. So I went back to school. I got registered in naturopathy and all of neuroscience and all of that. And I started working with people in healing their health this way. But then things were going really amazing for me. I was having a lot of success. I had a pretty good practice, but I got too deep into the supplement world. And what happened to us, my daughter and I, was we started using these supplements that ended up poisoning us. So they had too many ingredients that were not good. They had some heavy metals. They were way too high in niacin. It was another journey that the Lord took me down to really, I believe now it was him leading me to walk me through it to help people. But in my journey, I started doing a lot of research, a lot of studying, and I discovered the danger of nootropics and the danger of too many B vitamins and the danger of taking, chromium and all of these supplements, putting them in our body and not relying on foods, that I ended up doing quite serious damage. So I came through this incredible journey, got healed, and then my body actually got quite sick again. So I spent 2 years from after getting healed. I had inflammation in my brain. I was lethargic. I was in bed. I put on a ton of weight. So then I went through this season of depression because I was like, I'm a holistic nutritionist. I have all this understanding. How is this happening to me, right? So then I had to go through this whole new journey of getting re-healed again. So I've been on that journey right now. I'm still trying to get a lot of the weight off, but I was able to get a hold of some products that helped my brain, my neural functioning kind of rewire. And now we're back in this incredible place. But I'm back to my practice, doing well. We're using a lot of frequency medicine. But this is where I've really, really come, and I want to start training and teaching people on, is that just because somebody says that a supplement is good for you, that it's really not safe. And I know there's a lot going on right now in this industry, and a lot of hype and a lot of excitement, and a lot of people are taking way too many things. And one of the dangers that I really want to scream from the rooftops about is this whole concept of nootropics. That there's a lot of people that are over supplementing in that, and our body's actually not healing from those. What's happening is we're becoming addicted, right? And one of the conversations you and I have had already is even around the collagen industry, right?
Yeah.
So we could even take it there a little bit. I've had so many people that, have disowned me. I've lost friends over this, but the truth is that our bodies should still be producing collagen, and we can actually help our bodies heal and do what it was meant to do naturally. We don't need to add all this extra stuff. So I believe, there are things we need. Absolutely. There is some issues with foods and, the breaking down of soil. This is truth. So I know that a lot of the industries are using that claim but Whole Foods are still available. And
Exactly.
right, we can still eat fruits and vegetables and we can still eat the things that are good for us that will help us stay strong. And so if there's anything I want to bring away from all of this, it's help people know what to take and what not to take, right? And we're not
Absolutely.
here to bash any companies per se or to come against anyone in general, but this is just the concept as a whole. And as an energy healer, so I what I do is I actually have this bioresonance health scanner, and someone can send me their voice note and I can read their whole system. So I basically do what, an MRI, CT scan, and a full blood panel can do. I can do through someone's voice. And a lot of times I'm getting people that are coming to me that are taking high collagen levels and they're taking too much biotin. And we're seeing a lot of candida in the gut, right? We're seeing a lot of inflammation in the brain for people that are taking a lot of nootropics and B vitamins. B vitamins are important, but we are over supplementing because we should be able to absorb them from what we're eating.
Yeah.
So I'm really excited to kind of dig into this a little bit and help people maybe have a better understanding of what really should we be taking, what is important that we take every day, how can we get things naturally, right? Like, I don't know about your thoughts on this, but even the sun has become such a, people are so afraid of the sun when we need vitamin D, right?
Yeah.
And our issue is not more vitamin D supplements, it's maybe less sunscreen and more sun time. And so we
Yeah.
need to heal our body from the inside to protect us from the sun, not smother sunscreen,
Exactly.
right?
I
Which
say this
avoids
all
us.
the time. Honestly, like people are like, "Oh, I'm burning, I'm burning." It's the acidic body that's burning. It's the acids in your body because you're
Yeah,
so full of toxins that it's actually burning your skin. And it's not the sun that's burning. It's not the sun. It's not the sun's issue. It's our issue. Like we get to cleanse the body because people back in the day, like I grew up in the 70s, we didn't burn. And if you did burn, it's because your body was acidic. Anyone
right,
who's acidic is going to burn. It's
right.
acid.
Yeah. I have 5 kids, and we don't put sunscreen on any of our kids, right? And they don't
No,
burn. But the issue
exactly.
is that diet is everything. And I try to explain that to people like it's your diet that's causing you to not have protection from the sun. It's
Yeah.
not the sun problem. And so many people are depleted in vitamin D. And we've learned from science, right? Even the COVID pandemic that came, a lot of the people that got extremely sick were very low in vitamin D. And so
Yeah.
there's this huge pandemic going on, right? And so what we're doing, we're taking all and then there's this side of it. We could go on about a million things, but so many people take vitamin D, but they're not taking it properly, and so it's actually just floating around and it's causing too much calcium in the blood. It's actually not even absorbing
Yeah.
properly, and people are just not
And a
even.
lot of the vitamin D supplements and a lot of supplements out there anyways have absorbic acid or citric acid. And most of those are derived from mold, GMO corn mold. So
Yeah,
unless you have certificates of analysis that tell you like all supplements, if you're going to buy any supplement or buy any kind of product, make sure it has a certificate of analysis. It's going to tell you that it's not going to have heavy metals or glyphosate in it. And if
yeah.
they don't provide that, that's a buyer beware. Do not buy it. It's just like a
Right. If
telltale sign.
yes, if you have to sign an NDA to get access to that, run from that company. They should have that accessible to all people. And I'm
Exactly.
kind of over that too. People hiding their ingredients and hiding their NDAs, or
Yeah.
hiding their certificates of analysis, and nobody can see them. That should all be plain, like we should all be able to look at them.
Exactly. And you see
So
so many companies that are coming out, popping up, and they're like, this is what we don't have in our products, but then it doesn't tell you what they do have, And most products that have all the vitamins in it, they're derived from synthetic. They're synthetic vitamins, and the body does not know what to do with those. So
yeah,
that's why you're wasting your money, but you're also not getting any nutrients, and it's all like a placebo effect. And
right.
initially it's gonna damage your kidneys and your liver because everything gets processed through there. So anything you put on your skin or you consume is going through your liver, is going through your kidneys. And that's why it's so important to give your body whole food. And that's what I love about the company that I'm partnered with is because it is whole food and it's not synthetic. It's not GMO. It's not, it doesn't have absorbic acid in it. It doesn't have fillers or binders or things that keep the pills and the things together. It's all real food. Like we have things that remove heavy metals. We have glyphosate-free food. We have a product that removes glyphosate from the body and it's clinically proven. Like there's so many things that are out there and it really like the collagen, we're going to go back to the collagen. The collagen, your body is meant to make it. If you give your body the environment to do what it's meant to do, which is to make collagen, to make melatonin, it's going to function properly. But the people that are taking collagen supplements, those are actually really taxing on the kidneys and the liver. And you may feel good and be all plump on the outside, but your liver and your kidneys on the inside, it's not sustainable. These kinds of things are not sustainable. If you want to be healthy, healthy is a lifestyle. It's not a magic pill. It's not a
Right.
magic pill. And it is, and a lot of these supplements are not sustainable because you're not meant to take them all the time. So if
No,
you're
but
going
they
to
want you
supplement,
to take
supplement with
it.
whole food. Because even
Right.
grocery store food isn't some of it's frankenfood, some of it's not grown in
Yeah.
nutrient dense soil. Our products are actually grown. We are part of the regenerative agriculture, and we've been doing that for 30 years. So we've been ahead of the game before even the game started to get played, you
It's
know?
amazing.
Yeah, it's
Amazing. And I
awesome.
mean, that's what I hear that a lot from people almost as an excuse, right? Well, our food is so depleted, so we just need to supplement. But there are other alternatives, right? There are farmers that are starting to use proper methods. There are companies like the one you're with that offers whole food. So we do have options. And I mean, and it is very affordable. When you think about what we spend money on every day, there are options for us that will help us to maintain a healthy body. And I promise you, that even, your broccoli and cauliflower organic from a grocery store will be a heck of a lot better than the box stuff you're eating. Right. So sometimes we almost get a lot of people use excuses like, well, I can't eat that because it's not healthy for me anyways. So why does it matter? But it does matter. And what we are investing in every day is so, so important. And we do need some understanding because like you were saying, especially in Canada, we actually have got a thing going on in our country right now where there's starting to be like serious vitamin C deficiencies going on again, right? This is
Yeah.
coming back. And we need to talk about what our vitamin C supplements are made of. She was sharing before, but supplement vitamin C is made of a GMO made corn, right? When you see ascorbic acid, please don't touch it. It's not what you should be ingesting in your
Yeah.
body.
Or
And
citric acid.
yes, right? So these
Yeah.
two things are very, very unhealthy for us, but we think because they're in a supplement form that they're safe, and they're just really not. I was actually just reading an article. Let's just talk quickly about even protein powder. I was reading an article this morning that there's new science that's come out that they're almost saying there was a huge percentage of protein powders that all have heavy metals in them now.
Oh,
Like
yeah, most of them do. Most of
it's
them do.
so alarming, and we're
Yeah.
running protein powders over actually eating eggs and eating
And
things.
whey powder is the worst. Honestly,
Yeah,
whey powder is so taxing on the liver because it's not a whole food. It's an isolate. It's
yeah.
not even real food. And people think, oh, because
Cool.
it's not good. It's just not. Your body
No,
does
it's
not know
not.
what to do with it. And it makes it
Right.
work harder. Where people are making their inside work harder just so they can look good on the outside.
I know.
It's
Or because the thing
sad.
is, it is, and we go from one extreme to the next, right? And it would be so amazing if we could just learn to just like, get centered and just eat food again, right? Stop worrying about
Yeah.
all these extra things. And I promise you, now we've gone from so many extremes, right? Now we went from pharmaceuticals where everyone was like taking all these meds. Now people have changed the paradigm, and now it's their cupboards are full of supplements. Like I get clients that come to me sometimes and we go through their supplement regime of what they're taking every day, and I'm like, you would have been better off on your blood pressure meds, right? Like it's crazy how many things people are taking and they think because it's as natural that it's really good for you, but it's really not. And I think maybe even next week or the week after we could even break down some words, like maybe we could do a slideshow and show people what synthetic looks like, because I mean our B vitamins are dangerous because a lot of them are so synthetically made that they
Yeah.
are just going to harm us, right?
Exactly.
Even our protein powders, if you don't have a full amino acid blend, or if you're not getting all of your amino acids, you're not even going to be able to break down protein. So
Yeah.
really, it's just a disaster in our whole system. So
And
this
a
is
lot.
kind of our mission. We really want to help people kind of come back to the basics, right? And
Yes.
and that is the truth. Come back to eating whole foods. It really is that simple. And your hormones need it, your weight management, everything about you, your children need us to be coming back to just being simple again and eating from the land and focusing on foods. Foods, God gave us foods to heal our body, right?
Let
He,
food be thy medicine.
yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
and the thing is too, a lot because of a lot of the things that people have been taking in, their gut microbiomes have been compromised. So they have things like leaky gut, they have the skin issues, the sleep, the insomnias, the depression, the all the things that are coming up for them. And it's the gut microbiome that protected us. And that's why they're finding parasites in the brain and all the parts of the body because the gut used to handle all that stuff. The gut used to handle everything, but because of the leaky gut, and our guts are normally like this, like solid, right? And because of all these things that are breaking down and chiseling out, like glyphosate, the different toxins and stuff, it's weakened it and it's allowed holes in the gut microbiome. So that's why they're finding things like parasites and things like heavy metals throughout the body now. And now, if you give the body the environment it needs to then start to restore the gut microbiome, so we do have a product that does that and it removes glyphosate from the body up to 74% in a 6 week trial.
You
Like,
should talk a little bit about what that is for people who don't know.
yeah, so the what we have is it's called Biomedic and it's been clinically proven in a 6 week trial. So I would think that if you take it longer, that it's going to do much more. But this is in a 6 week trial. It's through the Detox Project. The Detox Project is an organization that really brings to light the that products are doing what they say they are doing. Because, like we said, there's a lot of products that are out there greenwashing, selling snake oil, and this company supports businesses in showing that they actually do what they say they do. So we are proven to remove glyphosate. We are the only one on the market that I know of that actually is proven to remove glyphosate out of the body up to
Amazing.
74% in a 6 week trial.
So if
So
somebody came to you and said, "What is glyphosate?" Explain to them because there's people, believe it or not, that don't even know what that
that's
is.
true. Yeah, so glyphosate is the main ingredient in Roundup. And Roundup is a pesticide that has been highly used since the 70s. It was introduced in the 70s, and since the 70s, you can see the rise in the use of glyphosate and the rise in diseases, the different autoimmune diseases, all the skin issues, all the things that have come up since the 70s is because of the introduction of this pesticide. And it is horrible. There are studies about it. There are studies of what it does to people, and it is destroying people's gut microbiomes. And if we take the time to, that's why they say eat organic, because even organic stuff does have residue on it. Our farms, we are so grateful that our farms are far away from any cross contamination, that we don't have any of those issues. So our products are, they do not have glyphosate in them. They do not have heavy metals in them. And we also have the product to remove it. So there are organizations that are working to get glyphosate out. So one of the things that we do is we have Million Mom Movement, and they are a movement of many. And one of the things that they were really focusing on was Cheerios. So Cheerios is something that people give their kids as a snack when they're little, right? I mean, I had them as a snack. Like even as an adult, I ate them as a snack. It was just a crunchy thing that I ate. Well, they have the highest levels of glyphosate, and we have been working to have that removed. So there's glyphosate in everything. Wild animals are starting to test for glyphosate. It's in the water, it's in everything. So unless you're detoxing every day, I take a capsule of Biomedic every day and I'm good. Like I know that I'm not absorbing the glyphosate. I'm detoxing every day gently. And that's what we're meant to do. We're not meant to do these like, I mean, you can do like the cleanse because some people need it, but you don't need to do that every day. But you can detox every day on a very healthy way. Like by the foods you eat, like cilantro and lemon and garlic and like all these things like naturally help the body. So, and then adding in addition something to supplement in that way, like Biomedic or clean whole foods in supplement form. There's a way
Yes.
to do it without actually harming the body.
Amen. And let's just talk really about even detoxing, because there's like this huge movement right now, even around like parasite cleanses and stuff. And let's talk about how they can actually be dangerous, because if you don't prepare the body for a parasite cleanse, right? And then you go ahead and you take whatever these new potions and whatever lotions and all this crazy that we have going on right now. If
Yeah,
you go in and you're going to cleanse out all these parasites and you don't prepare your body first, it just is a nightmare, right? Why don't we talk a
exactly.
little bit about that? What happens if we just grab some product that Amazon or someone on Facebook told us will get rid of all our parasites, and we do it? What could happen?
Well, what can happen is that they can actually explode within the body and just like go everywhere. And there's eggs involved, there's like all kinds of stuff. So there's a way to do it that you prepare your body. You know, you got to give your body the nutrients first because a lot of people aren't getting nutrients on a cellular level, but you also have to be detoxing like heavy metals. If you're not detoxing heavy metals, they hide in heavy metals. That's how parasites move around the body. They hide in the heavy metals. And so if you're not doing it properly, you're just gonna aggravate them and they're gonna get pissed off. You know, and you will have detox symptoms you'll notice when they are releasing because you'll get like things like headaches, you'll get bloating. But when you do it properly, when you give the body the environment. So with us, we actually have like a 90-day protocol that you're taking in nutrition on a cellular level, but then you're also detoxing on a cellular level. And then within 10 days of that 30-day, you're actually doing the parasite cleanse, and then you're still replenishing with this good nutrition. And then you wait, and then the next month you do another 10-day cycle. So you're not only getting rid of the ones that are there, you're getting rid of ones that may have hatched or that are still lurking in the body. And then there's everyday stuff that you can do. Like I eat cayenne on everything. So that in itself is supporting, my body in not like having like the parasite overload and things like that.
Pumpkin seeds are another one.
Pumpkin seeds, yeah, papaya seeds.
Yeah.
There's all kinds of stuff. But when you really want to do a cleanse, you really got to do it properly. You can't just, like you said, get something off of Amazon. Like a lot of the stuff on Amazon is just replicas of someone else's product. Like it's fake. So if you're buying supplements or buying things on Amazon, you don't even know if it's real. I saw a guy, he was like showing, he's like, this is my product. I made this. And then he showed how there was six other people selling his product like it was theirs. And I was like, yeah, I've never, you know what? I've never actually bought anything off of Amazon in my life. I can actually say that. I've always supported small business, local business, and things like that.
Absolutely. So that's amazing. So yeah, so we don't want to keep it too long, but that's kind of what we're here for. We just really want to educate people, help people, understand like there's nothing wrong. I believe that people need magnesium, like there's certain supplements I am absolutely believe that we should be taking if we need it.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I also know that we should not be taking most of what people are.
Yeah.
And
And you
all
also have to be, even though it is magnesium, you got to be careful on where's it coming
yeah,
from?
you do.
If you're
Yep.
taking a magnesium supplement, does it have heavy metals in it? I know
Yep.
that we have a really good one. It's ionic elements. It's got all the trace from minerals and it's really good. It's got the calcium, it's got the magnesium, and it's amazing. But I know I can trust it, because we have
Yeah.
certificates of analysis for every single product. Every
It's so
single one.
important.
We are so
Right.
transparent with what we do. And yes, some of our products might say apple flavoring, but it's because in the laws you had to say it a certain way to be able, but it's actual plant-based food. And we're transparent about it. You can find information on it. It could be made from bark, it could be made from the apple itself. Like it's all food. We're not hiding what it is. But when you see flavorings out in the world, that could be like bugs.
Yeah.
It could
Yeah.
be, like weird things. Like BCAAs is one of the biggest things. The amino acids that are out there. A lot of those are derived from human hair, duck feathers, and other kinds of things. Like people don't realize what they're taking. It's wild.
I know that we don't, but we see a lot of these influencers, right? Or and I find that a lot too. A lot of people get into the holistic space, network marketing, health and wellness, and then they think they're nutritionists, or they right, or they think they're And a lot of people don't have any knowledge or understanding on what exactly they are pushing on people. So I mean, I have gone almost completely ingredient free as far as healing. You know, I do more frequency now and things like that. But I do know that eating the right foods is so so important. So if you are looking for, you know, whole food or something natural, you need to reach out to Catherine because she is got the greens for you. She's got the good food on her end, and she can kind of set you up. But you're going to see us every week. We're going to be, you know, today we just kind of wanted to bring an introduction in.
I would
Um,
love to. Can you share what you saw? Can you share what you saw on someone's test quickly?
yes, which one? Tell me what for which one?
When you said you've never seen this before and you asked the person what they were doing.
Oh, yes. Okay, yes, I will. Yeah, so I actually scanned someone one time and their scan was so good. Like it looked amazing. They had perfect amino acids. You know, their microbiome looked so healthy. They had proper digestive enzymes. Their liver was just through the charts amazing. This person just looked so so good and I remember thinking like I've never seen a scan like this. So I asked them, what is it that you are taking? What supplements are you taking? I'm so interested. You have a good diet. And this person responded and they told me that they were taking Purium. That's actually what led me to really reach out to Catherine was because her and I don't even know how we originally got connected, but we follow each other on Facebook and I knew that she was selling it. I've never personally taken the product myself, but I was so blown away by her scan. I reached out to her and I said, yeah, I got to tell you this story. This is wild. And her scan was, I'm not joking, like perfect. It was so, so perfect. And, you know, she just does this drink every day, she said. And it was, you know, and then she told me the company. And so she's obviously feeding her body and her cells because it's so important, you know, even in vibration medicine, like frequency medicine, we go to the cell, right? So the cell is everything. And it's so important that you're cleansing the cells. And I was just so blown away. I was blown away by how healthy she looked and how she didn't need anything as far as supplements or amino acids. I mean, that's one of the things I see the most in my scanning is a lot of people are so depleted in amino acids. So,
Hmm.
so depleted. And if you are depleted in amino acids, you're not breaking anything down, right? Your body is not holding on to anything nutrient wise. So
Yeah.
it's so, so important that we are getting the right nutrients. And yeah, I really was. I was completely blown away. That's kind of what led us to this whole journey of talking and sharing. And I was really impressed. She also, the same woman also uses super patches, which is something that I use too, which is an ingredient free patch that awakens neurons right in the brain. So when you put this patch on your skin, it activates your brain and it helps your neural codes to start firing again. So yeah, between those two things, she was amazing. So
That's awesome.
there are options, you guys, that are healthy, that are safe, that are truly backed by science. When somebody tells you or says to you that a product is backed by science, please don't just listen to that. You know, ask them to show you, right? Like the proof is in the pudding, right? Like we want to see the proof. We want to see the actual tangible evidence. And I've found that with too many companies, they want to give us all their hype and tell us how amazing it is. But when you ask for an, you know, a certificate analysis or you ask for ingredients within a proprietary blend, they don't want to tell you. And if they're not going to tell you, then it's time to just walk away. I don't care how amazing somebody tells you their company is or their product is. If they can't disclose to you what you are consuming, that is just ridiculous. And
Yeah.
you don't have to do that. You don't deserve to not be told what you're taking in your body. So there are options. There are companies that are very transparent. There are people that are very honest. And I want those companies to come to the forefront, and I want the other ones to be shut down. Like I'm just saying, like burned to the
Yeah.
ground, actually. So time for a revolution in all of this. And I know, you know, even with now, there's going to be so much more push. I think we're going to see a lot more around holistic health and nutrition. You know, the world is really waking up to it. So I think
Yeah.
it's important that we go the right way, that we
Exactly.
really do take the things and focus on the things that are actually going to help us, not harm us more. Because too many supplements do not help your liver. Your liver will be so angry at you, and you're just going to get more candida, more, you know, issues in your gut, more parasite stuff because it eats away at your microbiome, like she shared. It's just, it's not good. So, anyways,
Exactly. I actually
Yeah.
want to share something really quickly though,
Yeah.
because the world is starting to wake up to this, that food gets to be thy medicine. We partnered with TrueMed, and anyone in the US that has an FSA or an HSA account, it's something that you pay in before taxes, and you can use it to buy like massage or like whatever it is, right? But now it's being recognized. Our company is partnered with TrueMed that you can actually apply. You fill out a link. If you want this, let me know. I can even drop it in the comments, but you can fill this out. It costs $15 and then you're certified. And then you can get your Purium products for like you get reimbursed for them because of
Amazing.
this. So they're recognizing that food gets to be thy medicine, and we are recognized as that food.
That's fantastic. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
amazing.
it's so good. So yeah, make sure you look at her stuff. It's really awesome.
Yeah, I'll drop
And
links in the comments for people to take a look for sure. Yeah,
perfect.
if you guys want scans, check out Melissa. And this is good. This is just the beginning. Like we're here for you. We are here to support you in your health journeys because that's what I'm here to do. I'm here to serve. And I would be doing a disservice if I didn't share the knowledge that I know. And we all want to be healthy and thriving, and health is wealth. And so that's why we're here, and that's why we're sharing this information, because there is so much greenwashing. A lot of people are money driven, they're not mission driven. So that's the
Yes,
difference.
it
That's the
is. And when money is a driving force, there will always be deception, right? They
exactly.
people don't care. They just don't care. You need to find people, companies, leadership that's after the heart of the people, not after greed. And so, I mean, it's hard to find it, but there are people, there are companies, there are organizations that are really fighting. And there are doctors, that are starting to come forward and they're really fighting for us. They're fighting for the holistic world. They're fighting for
Yep.
better food sources. They're fighting to get, all of this toxic stuff. Our kids are the target right now. The foods that our children are eating, you guys, are so, so scary. Like all of these, fruit roll-ups and fruit snacks and, anything in a box, like even cereals, like she said, all of these things are so bad for our kids. Fishy
Yeah.
crackers, chips, right? Like juice boxes. We're feeding our kids all of these things, and they are really, really not setting them up for a successful future. We're
No.
going to see more heart disease. Childhood cancers are more often. We're gonna see more cancers as kids get older. We're gonna start seeing more diabetes. We are seeing more diabetes, right, than we ever have, and it is
Let's
all.
change the narrative. We're here to change the narrative on
Yes,
that. We're going to
we
see
are.
healthy
For
kids.
my kids and the generations to come, I want to see us coming back to understanding, how to eat properly and how to
Yeah.
use food to truly heal the body.
I
And
was
it's
always told to
possible.
stay out on the outside of a grocery store,
Yep,
the outside
exactly.
perimeter. And
Exactly.
but also now you got to be mindful of where it's coming from, right? So farmers markets, farmers, support your local markets. Honestly, vote with your dollar. Support your friends that have products that are good and healthy, and support farmers. But like really do your due diligence, because it's not just a fly by night kind of thing. It's health is a lifestyle, and we're
Yes,
here
it
for
is.
that. So
Okay.
awesome. I'm excited. Okay, we'll see
Me
you next week,
too.
guys.
See you next week. Have a great week. Bye bye.
Bye.